All right, everybody, welcome. I'm Chris Jansen from eXp Realty. I'm joined by Tony Fan Fuller, and this is your eXp Realty Discovery session. Thank you for joining us, whether it be live or you're watching the replay. Tony, lots of talk. 2025 is here. Lots of agents are looking for evolution. Lots of agents are looking for maybe doing business a little bit differently, and that's really the purpose of today's session is just to help industry agents open their eyes a little bit to different alternative and new era options that are readily available to us. So if you're joining us today, we're going to spend about 20 to 30 minutes at most. We like to keep these short, sharp, and shiny to the point, just to help you unpack a little bit about our model and who we are. So I'm a licensee. I'm the head of country for eXp Realty Australia here proudly, albeit that I hate titles. I'm still a transactional agent that works on the ground with our people and proudly representing our community and network of agents. Been in the game 16 years, father, 41 years of age, love fishing, getting outdoors, and very privileged that this model and opportunity has provided the opportunity for the business now to support my lifestyle, not me just living to serve my business. Tony, over to you, mate, for an intro.
Yeah, well, it's something, and we do these explains twice a week. They're
Yes.
unscripted, albeit some bullet points that are sitting on my other screen, but in the
Yep.
main unscripted. And so if you're watching it today or you're watching this replay, watch it on Facebook, the one we did on Tuesdays had about 300 people have a look at it. So we know there's a lot of people that are thinking about this. I don't think they're looking at that looking at this for entertainment. We're not that entertaining, I don't think, but
No,
we've got
mate.
some information to share with you that gives what Chris talked about and the freedom in his life and what I've experienced as freedom. I've been a transactional agent for 28 years. Still am, like you. I've got open for inspections on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out there with a new listing, meeting buyers, and heading into 2025, looking to represent my clients, make sales, and I have my own goals, as you do, as Chris does. Everyone's got different goals. Within eXp, you can come into our company, whatever your goals are, they're correct for you, and our system and our model will support you and provide you with all the tools, all the support, as I said, any training that you require, any assistance you require, it'll be there for you. So, we are, if you're not aware of eXp and you think we're just a few agents in Australia, no, we're in 24, soon to be 27 countries. We are pushing 90,000 agents. And the thing that happens when you've got that many agents, and this has been evolving over 15 years, is you work out a lot of what are the best systems, best processes and services that we can do to support those agents, so that they're getting the best they can possibly get in being able to deliver their offering to their clients, and for eXp be able to deliver our offering to our clients. Our clients are you, the transactional real estate agent. Your clients are your buyers and sellers. So, when you've got 90,000 agents and the amount of transactions that generates, there's a lot of best practices considered and tested, and we think that we've got a system that does offer all the best practices and all the best systems so that you can be independent, self-employed agent without a boss as such. Not we're certainly not your boss. We're not your manager. For none of our agents are we that. We are your service provider for everything you need in order to transact real estate. And we take a lot of those. We're going to get into a bit more detail, but take a lot of tasks off you that may be holding you back from going out on your own, going solo. And we'll talk about those in a minute.
Absolutely. Incredible introductory. Pump for this. Let's go, Tony. So not going to dive too much into about who we are, but we're a massive company. I've just shared in the chat box if you want to grab the link that talks about our history. We are not a fly-in, fly-out model that's just come in overnight. We've been here since 2009, where we started in America. We're a publicly listed and traded company back in 2013. 2015, we launched what's called a equity ownership plan and program, which gave every agent and member of our model the opportunity to have ownership in it. In fact, as it stands today, 50% of our model owned globally is owned 50% by its agents and models on the ground. So unlike many traditional structures where the agents are down the bottom doing all the work and heavy lifting and they pay up to the boss, the franchisee, franchisor, and the international global directorship or leadership team, 50% of all our equity and revenue goes back down and gets redistributed to our agents. In fact, just last year alone, eXp Realty redistributed $242 million of its global revenue. It didn't go to the shareholders and the international global directorship team. It went back out to its agents, you and I as transactional people. In 2019, eXp Realty went from being just in the USA to launching in Canada and United Kingdom as well as Australia, which is when I started and partnered my own transactional business. And since then, we've gone from 4 countries to, as Tony said, launching in 27 this year. We've got nearing 90,000 agents. Our big, hairy, audacious goal is to hit 1 million agents partnered with our model in the next 10 years. Since 2019, there's been a magnitude of things that eXp Realty's achieved. We've launched a luxury arm to our business. There's a huge array of what we've achieved in such a short period of time. But in the chat box, folks, if you want to grab the link, you can do so now. We've put a little bit of a mud map of where we've come from and where we're at today. All right, let's jump into it. Why do agents join eXp Realty? Well, let's talk about the deal. I like to call it the deal, right? Because every agent's after the best possible deal in the market. So let's say, Tony, if I'm maybe I'm an independent myself, I've got a shop front, a little bit of a team, I've got my own branding, I'm running the business, but maybe I'm a little bit exhausted. I'm fatigued. I'm a bit over the supplier invoices coming in constantly. Cash flows are concerned. Subscription costs are getting exorbitant. All my agents want all these extra bolt-in subscriptions that add to my bottom line. How does eXp fit that model versus maybe I'm just a transactional agent in an office and I want a better deal? I want a bit of freedom and I want a bit of autonomy. Like who does eXp Realty ultimately appeal to?
Well, that's interesting. I've been both those people and others
Yep.
in my
Ditto.
career, and as have you perhaps. But certainly for no matter where you are in your real estate career, and whether you're that running your office or independent, working for a boss, whether you're one of their employees, whatever the setup that you currently are in, our model will serve you. So it's a way where you're able to work independently. We all work from home. We all work our own hours, our own times, things like that. But the major part of the offering, when it gets to the nuts and bolts and dollars and cents, which is what everyone wants to talk about, we greatly reduce. If you're existing in your own real estate show at the moment, we greatly reduce your subscription costs. To be part of our model, you've got a monthly fee of $275, including GST, and that will give you all the subscriptions you need in order to operate your business, whether it's CRM, data, forms, going through those absolute must-haves. You operate under our trust account, so no cost there. You don't need your own accounting software because we do all of your supplier accounting and payments. So all of those things are removed from you. So if you're currently doing that, they're all removed. If you've never done that and that's what worries you, and the cost of those things, and working late at night trying to balance the bank account after paying suppliers, all of that's gone. There's none of that.
Yep.
So other admin that's supported for you is that we'll do all of your instructing to solicitors, managing of your contract through to settlement, receiving of deposits, dispersing of the funds at the end of settlement, collecting marketing funds, and sending receipts to vendors for the marketing, all of that if you're sitting in the office, someone over there at the front desk is possibly doing, or out the back might be doing, or if you're the boss, you're possibly doing a lot of it also. We do all of that for all of our members. So our goal is you pay the $275 a month. You go out and list and sell real estate, and everything else is done for you. You've got to do all the tasks up until you've got the contract, like you would if you're working in an office. You're probably doing, and to be completely upfront, and we're certainly very open with everything we describe, you're probably doing a little bit more and got a little bit more in the marketing than you may have done if you're in an office. Because I know if you're in an office somewhere, your boss, your franchisor are controlling what you do, telling you what you have to do, telling you what you must tell your vendors to spend. None of that exists You control the marketing for your marketplace. If for me, it was a local paper that our owner wanted to always be in, and our vendors had to contribute to. It was quite costly, had very little impact. I no longer need to do that. I get to choose whether something like that is where I put my vendors' marketing funds or not.
It's a good point, mate, because we just had a very highly respected, reputable operator that joined and partnered their business with us yesterday from this session. And they said to me last night when I chatted to welcome them, I've been watching from afar for 4 years, and everyone had a say and opinion on your model and what you're doing. And this is an agent who sells consistently between 40 and 50 homes a year, right? So pretty solid production and consistent performance. And I said, what was the biggest roadblock? And their response was support. I need a certain level of support to continue transacting at the volume that I do. And I asked him the question. I said, well, day one, how's it been with the team getting around you? He goes, stuff has happened quicker online than what I'm accustomed to in the office. So folks, that's what I say. When we do things online, there's more efficiencies because you don't just have one resource in an office, whether it be an admin or the principal, that you're waiting for the support you need from them, whether it be processing, whether it be compliance matter. You have a local team because we have licensees in each of the states that we operate in, but you also have a national team that you can tap into. And then there's the global we spoke about earlier, 90,000 nearly agents globally in 27 countries this year. That's a huge network that you can tap in. And it's just scale of economies, right? You can't compete as a local shop front when you're dealing with a conglomerate that's that big locally, nationally, and globally, right? And their words were to me yesterday, Tony, was things happen at the speed of light almost yesterday. When I needed something, the onboarding team was there. When I needed process documentation, boom, it was done for me. So removing that mindset of what you used to of putting things in a chronological order in a tray, well, we don't have those desk trays anymore. It's just done in the cloud and processed seamlessly for you, no differently. So, mate, I can bring my brand with me, which is great. So if I've got my own independent brand, I don't want to pay all the subscriptions. Maybe I want to get rid of, all the redundant support that I'm paying for now internally. I can get all of that. I can outsource it to eXp, delegate and say, you guys take care of all the contract, settlement, listing processing, paying of supplier invoices. So I don't need accounts payable and receivable. Trust accounting, I can close that down. I don't want those sleepless nights anymore. eXp is going to take care of that for me. I can bring my own brand if I want, which is awesome. If I'm a solo individual agent, I can choose to be independent as well. So I can have my own independent brand, or I can choose to align with eXp Realty. Only the two notations there is depending on what your license is in your respective state determines how you can be branded, whether it be eXp Realty or your own brand. So it's all sounding good, mate. Support. I can be independent, keep my brand, or I can leverage the eXp Realty local, national, and global brand. When I come in, agents are all about dollars and cents, right? We're more about take home over turnover. What does it cost me investment wise to be in eXp Realty? Are there any contractual terms? Am I signing any franchise agreements? And then what's my ongoing commitment there afterwards?
No, certainly there's no term. There is a contract so that we understand our relationship together. And if you'd like to see a copy of that contract, please just reach out to us. But won't go into the nitty-gritty of that today. But no term on the contract is the important thing. You really are on a month-by-month contract. And if you choose to leave, something changes in your world and you do choose to leave and you want to go perhaps work for a boss or whatever it might be, we give you all your data. So we export the data out of our CRM, give it to you, give you your past sales on realestate.com if you want, and reviews and things like that. None of that's a roadblock for you. So, coming to us is we like to think it's no risk, but the risk is certainly not in relation to that type of information. You're not restricted in where you operate. You've, as Chris said, anywhere in the state that you're licensed or states that you may be licensed, you can operate in. There may be other eXp agents in the same suburb as you or wherever you might be. You can choose to collaborate with them or not. You can choose to conjunct with them if you go on holidays. We have agents that help each other out with opens on holidays. Depending, you work out a deal between the two of you. If you're sharing listings or anything like that, it's between the two of you. eXp don't suggest or direct any particular percentage shares or anything like that. It's certainly up to the two of you if you choose to do that. A lot of our agents do work together and get the benefit of that. And certainly, there's agents that are referring business. If you're interstate or too far from the listing, referring business to other eXp agents, all of that referral is between the agents. We'll manage the commission funds being split, but the agents determine what that arrangement may be. So you've got real autonomy to, work your business how you'd like to, as if it is your own business, because it is. It is your own business supported by us.
You made a great point, mate, and it just jogged my memory. I was chatting to an agent because we talk to many on a daily basis, right? And there's these little trigger points that come up. Our risk reversal. And this is a conversation I had with an agent who's on the cusp of making a move in 2025, right? They're deciding what we do between now and Easter, because Easter's the next break, right? Where there's some movement generally at that time. Sell off the stock, make a move. And the agent was considering us and a traditional model. And I said, well, look, with us, you get a risk reversal, Tony, right? So if you plug in and we don't uphold everything we promise and what I'm showing and sharing with you, you can unplug at any time. There's no contractual term. We will give you all your data back, right? We will not keep a copy of it because we're not a data acquisition business. Any sold results you achieve will automatically be transferable to you. So all that I asked, Tony, is the other model you're considering is ask that same question, because you don't know what you get till you get it. And when you're plugged in, and I've seen agents have moved in short, quick succession because they plugged in, it was promised all this, this, and this, but in reality, it wasn't any of that. But when they want to leave, is there that risk reversal guarantee protection as we offer? Your data goes back to you. If we don't uphold the promise, we're not going to handcuff you. We're not a data acquisition business. It all goes back to the agent. So that's a really good, important point. If you're ever making a decision, maybe have that on your agenda. If they don't uphold what they're promising to me and I want to leave or make a change, do I get back all my intellectual property and goodwill that I've put in over a period of time, whether that be 3-6 months? I mean, this career is for life for many, right? So I come over to eXp Realty, I get the support. We'll jump into the systems a little bit in a moment. So simply, folks, it's a $275 joining fee as a once-off, and then it's a reoccurring $275 monthly subscription fee. So as we said, it is month by month, much like your Netflix subscription, of the likes, no different with us, obviously. So we're going to just branch into the support a little bit more with the departments we've got. But for the $275 that I'm spending and investing per month, Tony, what sort of systems access do I get to plug my business in today?
Yeah, well, as I said, you get a CRM system in order to manage all of your client contacts from appraisal through to settlement. All of the things in this CRMs, we're currently using Agent Box, which provides all of newsletters, tasks, all of the things that you come to expect with a major real estate CRM. We're using RP data for our data, historical data, and for RP proposals, for doing digital proposals for clients. We're on all the portals, all the major portals, obviously. We're using different forms, technology, depending on the state. So forms are certainly all available for you for authorities. For things like statement of informations in Victoria, you may use our form system, you can use RP data. We've got vendor funding systems so that we are a vendor paid advertising upfront company. Okay, very important to know. But we have funding available for vendors at a very low cost if they choose to use that. We have things like secure exchange for exchange of documents, for exchange of bank details, whether it be our trust account details or getting vendors' bank details at settlement to disperse funds, things like that. Things are available like home pass through domain. All of our agents globally are using Canva Pro. So that's been made available by the company. So we're all using Canva Pro. There are so many templates and designs that are real estate specific, whether it be brochures, DLs, letterbox droppers, listing presentations, everything you think of that you would get from the office. If you're sitting in the office, everything's available for you to design yourself or just rip and repeat the design that's already been done by thousands of agents around the world. So all of those technologies come directly to you. You've got things like your own eXp Australia emails. We have all of our calendar events for our training program, where you just follow a calendar for all of our training. All of that's made available. I probably could go on and get to more smaller, less important items, but quite a lot of other things that are there, and quite a lot of other tools and technology that are free and outside of eXp, like things like Gamma app, or how to use Meta ads with Facebook and Instagram and different things that we train on. They're not our programs. They're not programs that we subscribe to. You as an agent probably have a Facebook page. But we'll help you with branding that Facebook page, getting your ads done, doing video if you want to, or content that you want to put on Facebook. If there's anything that eXp's put out globally that you'd like to just copy and paste into your Facebook page, you go right ahead and do it. There is that much content that you shouldn't have to think too hard about how you push yourself out there as a option for clients in your market to use your services. And you have the power of a global company, global collaborations, where you have more agents that can find a buyer or find a home for your vendor if they're moving than anyone else in the world.
Yeah. Really good point there. And again, a few things just prompted me off that too. Two things. Yesterday with the agent that onboarded with us, yes, whilst we offer the suite of services within our subscription for you and I, Tony, to be able to be listing and transactional agents, no different from our former life where we came from the office with CRM forms and all that good stuff. But there's a few little add-ons that we've bolted on as extra freebies for our members. And you touched on one, Gamma app. That was a publication I actually just hosted a session on for an hour today with our members and network, where we built out a customized 2025 property forecast landing page and website that AI built for us within minutes. So one of the common things I get, Tony, is what support and training is there? That's really important. I'm going to say it's probably in the top two things of why any agent would move their business. Folks, at the conclusion of this, we're going to share with you some links to the library of information we've got on the training and support. We don't just talk it, and we walk it. And it's relevant to the now market with current tech applications such as Gamma app, through to role play scripts and dialogues, how to deal with fee panic, price objections, buyer objections, whatever it might be. The other thing that I wanted to point out was this agent yesterday. This is a real life example. He came over and he plugged into our eXp world because he had some IT issues with his laptop. And normally an agent would have to probably outsource this to an IT person, but he jumped in our eXp, which is our own intellectual property that we own. It's our 3D virtual avatar world. And he went in there instead of using TeamViewer as such. And our IT person, who's in America, troubleshooted the problem he had with his laptop, fixed it, resolved it at no cost to him. So small little costs like that can add up to a person's IT bill every month on the statement or every year on the statement. He didn't have to pay for that. The other thing as well, his question to me was, how do you guys do offer forms? I said, well, show me what you do. And he brought out a paper offer form. I was like, okay, would you like to automate that and bring it online? He said, yeah, how? So I showed him a publication that we use ourselves that's free, Jot Forms. Again, just innovation, evolution. Anyone can access this stuff, but just staying ahead of the curve. We set him up with a digital offering form. Then Home Pass. So this agent was using Agent Box in their former office environment. And he was like, okay, how do I get SMS credits? Because when I want to do bulk SMS messages to buyers from open inspections at 6 or 7 cents a message, we're like, have you used Home Pass? He's like, no, deer in headlights. Can we just show you this that's part of eXp that doesn't cost you anything, where you can check buyers in at an open, no different to, say, your CRM app, right? But you can do bulk SMS communications and it charges your carrier, not your CRM, buying the credits at 6 cents, 7 cents, 8 cents a credit. And then, you know what his only objection to that was, Tony? Oh, so is it limited to 160 characters? No, because you're using your SMS character, your SMS character carrier. We can do an SMS template as long as you want, 1,000, 2,000 words if you wish. Hyperlink in your Jot form, offering form. Do they want a price update? Link in that stuff. So there's this little bolt-on things that come outside the standard subscription that we do offer, but Home Pass is included. Now, mate, so $275 to be in. understand the systems, understand the support, understand the tech evolution, training, all that good stuff. What's the deal with my commission splits, whether I come in as an
Yep.
independent person with my own brand, or I'm just a sole agent that's working in an office that wants to move my business?
Yeah, so support and training we'll touch on a little bit more, but
Yep.
really down to the money. So there's only one commission structure. It's the same for every agent in Australia. So it's a 75 split to you, 75% to you up to the first 100,000 of GCI in your anniversary year, and 100% to you after the 100,000. So
Yep.
to put it into dollars, $100,000 of GCI, you keep 75,000. After you've passed 100,000, you keep all of it. And we've had some agents that have reached 100,000 in 6 weeks, 2 months. So they've worked for 2 months. They've paid 25,000 to us as this commission split. And for the rest of the 10 months of the year, they're going to keep all of the commission that they settle until their anniversary year clicks over again. That's life-changing. It's, to be able to, if you think about it, I mean, if you're an agent working in an office and you're turning over 300,000 of GCI,
Mm-hmm.
you might be making 40 to 50% of it. So you might be making an gross income of 120 to 150,000, let's say. If you turn over
Mm-hmm.
300,000 of GCI with eXp, you'll keep 275. I can't be any more clearer than that. That is a dramatic difference. And you can do the math as you go up in those numbers. The agent that came on last night, you mentioned, does about 50 sales. If you think about $10,000 gross commission a sale these days is what, 8 to 12,
Yep.
depending on where you are. At 10, because it's an easy number to calculate. If you do 50 sales at 10, that's $500,000 of gross commission. That's 475 to you. Now, I don't know too many people that can earn 475, and you'll work hard for that. Absolutely no question, which is why you'll keep the absolute lion's share of it. I can't be any more clearer than that. It's a dramatic difference. And as Chris mentioned, when he talked to that agent about what was his major blocker, being support and training, Chris mentioned in eXp world being able to get IT support from overseas. I've got an agent that we have in New South Wales this morning that had some issues with our CRM in just autoresponders for clients, that are inquiring via the portals and things like that. Between myself, the agent box support team, our other operations support, we spent the time required to get it done, get it right, and get it
Yeah.
fixed. And that agent is now happily going about his day and his operation, where he had two, between myself and our operations support and agent box, he had 3 people at a very high level of technology and understanding of his problem. And we fixed it unbeknownst to him. He wasn't required to get involved with the support. We just got it done. So that's the sort of support, real life happened this morning situation, and you'll continue to get that support no matter where you are in the transaction. If it's anywhere in the transaction, right through to settling the property. Should there be a hiccup, technology-wise, we know that tech has hiccups. We experience them ourselves, no matter how advanced we are, but we're there, and we're there to support. We're live. We're on the phone or on our chat system. Immediately live, not on a timeline that doesn't suit you or overseas and doesn't understand perhaps what you're experiencing. We're transactional agents that are doing exactly the same job. I've got inquiries coming on realestate.com myself. I know what needs to happen to get an autoresponder back and things like that. It's all there and ready for you. So I think you'll get more support through us than you may get walking into the boss's office. And that's something that's important and something that we believe we've got at the highest level of any cloud-based model in Australia.
And the reason that stands proudly for us is because every decision we make at the forefront of that is this in the best interest of our agents, who are our members. They're not our staff. They're not our employees. They are absolutely an asset to our network. And our network was built by agents for agents. and our services and our client is the agent, right? So just to summarize there, folks, whatever number you're writing per annum, maybe look at your 2024 production from 1 January to 31 December, whatever that number is, minus 25 grand off it, that's all you'll pay out to get the same level of support that you're accustomed to in an office environment. And that's why agents like the agent who partnered with us yesterday, selling 50 homes a year, not a decision you can make lightly at that sort of volume. Support was number one in his agenda. That's why agents are moving, because it's not about turnover, it's about take home. So really, ultimately, Tony, what I'm hearing is the numbers are minus $25,000 off what I earn per annum. That's all I pay to eXp. Then it's an investment on my part, subscription, $275 a month. So that's $3,300 a year. So the total I pay out, maximum, or whatever GCI I write, whether it's 300, 500, a mil GCI plus, is 28,300. That's the magical number that you need to subtract off. Now, transaction fee, our company generates a proportion of our revenue is three streams, really. One is the global agent subscription fee that we all pay to be a member and actively subscribe to the network on a month-by-month basis. The commission split of $25,000 goes to eXp in the first 100 grand, keep 100% there afterwards as the agent. Transaction fee is the third revenue stream that's generated by eXp. Just tell us a little bit about that transaction fee, mate.
Yeah, so on settlement, our vendors pay a $550 transaction fee. When I say our vendors, that's up to the agent. The agent may choose to pay that or not. I think probably 80 or 90% of our agents pay it 80 or 90% of the time. Vendors pay it 80%, 90% of the time. Certainly, I think I had one vendor last year that I covered that amount, only one. But that's like anything, commissions negotiated by you with your vendor, advertising is negotiated by you. The transaction fee we suggest is a vendor paid cost at settlement, and only at settlement. If it doesn't settle or doesn't sell, they don't pay it, and that's $550, including GST.
And just on that, we're going to talk about marketing. So next point is agent marketing when it comes to things like property for sale boards, my pointer boards, my DLs, my photos, my floor plans. Now, in some environments, mate, I know that's out there, that it's controlled by the office as to what suppliers you can choose to access yourself as a transactional agent. But with our model, where we're vastly different is, again, empowering the agent to be their own boss. It's no different to you having your own business, right? Instead, we'll just pay your suppliers for you, so you don't need that accounts payable and receivable person. But our agents have full freedom and autonomy to plug in any supplier that they see fit to service their business. Okay, so if you have a signboard preference company, a photography, a supplier that's your preferred supplier, you can choose whatever supplier you want. We're not going to govern or enforce what suppliers you choose. You can choose anything you see fit. Now, on that, agent marketing. If I want to have some freedom with my marketing, do I have some freedom and flexibility? I'm going to touch on the agent who joined us again yesterday, because he came from an office environment where they spoke about our signboards changing and varying and being a little bit different and this and that and whatever else. One of the reasons he came to us is he liked the ability to be able to pivot and adapt to change his marketing to suit his business. Because Tony, I've seen your branding, I love it, but it's different to mine. And I've seen Bjorn's branding, who's a member of our network, and his branding's different to mine. So I want to be very clear here, folks. We are not a franchise. There's not all this red tape and governance and, all this corporate politics that if you want to design a certain deal your way, if you want to have a certain social media post where, heaven forbid, your agent picture is bigger than the logo that you're working with or for, you're not going to be wrapped across the knuckles for that. And I know firsthand, Tony, I was wrapped across the knuckles from the former place I came from a few times, because I like pushing the boundaries. I'm a bit of out of the box marketer. And I just found it really challenging whenever I wanted to innovate my marketing. I either had to jump through hoops to get it approved, and sometimes it would take 4 to 6 weeks to go to the head franchisee office as such. Or if I just did it and I didn't get the approval, I got in trouble. And I would have spent money printing and getting that set up, and I couldn't do it. I wasn't allowed to do it.
I come from a company where the boss wouldn't let us self-market. We couldn't have our own Facebook page. We couldn't, even we couldn't put our photos on the boards. Okay, so some people are very coveted of their company or their that it's all about them. we know about that. But now you've got complete flexibility within eXp to market yourself and your properties whatever way you see fit, provided it's legal and ethical. But, putting up, I know one of our agents, Bjorn, does some unbelievable sold boards.
Yeah,
So these are boards he puts up after the properties. He doesn't just put a sticker on the board saying sold. He gets a whole skin done, fantastic picture of him, the results,
champagne bottle.
everything.
Yeah,
It is unreal. I love his boards. Right, I'm going to copy that.
yeah.
That's something he's developed. He's innovated. We had no say, or we didn't want to have a say in it. We didn't have any. We didn't have to proof it. We didn't have to. Nothing. I think it's fantastic. And a lot of things, especially social media. We're all doing so many different things. We don't have any say in that. We don't try to control anything like that.
That's a really good point, mate. And I just want to touch on that in a little bit more detail. The objections. What are the objections that I get when I talk to agents about eXp? And it's one of a few things, right? One is an office. So if you're somebody who needs the boss to powwow you and bring you up every day and make sure you're in the office at a certain time and you work a certain amount of days, we don't have bosses here. Let's be very clear. You're the boss. Okay. If you're a complacent agent who can work from home, maybe you're not really good at structure, and you find it easy to go sit on the couch and watch a bit of TV or the cricket, the test match that's ongoing at the moment, I think. I would know, I don't watch TV, but
Finished. Missed that.
yeah, okay, well there you go. That shows you how much TV I watch. But if you're a little bit lapsy daisy, complacency can creep into the matter. With respect to the offices, though, Tony, we are aligned with Regis, which is a corporate office environment globally. That if you're in any of the 27 countries we're in 2025, if there's any Regis offices in there, you can actually access those offices at free of charge as part of being an eXp Realty member. So you can meet with clients, you can just book time in there if you just want to chill out in a business-orientated environment, no problemos. But also, if you're an agent who likes uniformity and being told this is the way things are branded here, you can't step outside those parameters. Our model is very US based. So all that I ask is the way we do real estate in Australia is vastly different to the US, right? In the US, it's very much every agent is more independent than aligned to a brand. Okay. And we're starting to see a bit of a flow-on effect happening here in Australia as well, Tony. So perhaps if you're an agent that needs to be told how big the logo has to be, your agent picture can not be on the signboard or perhaps at the bottom of the signboard in a certain area. We give complete freedom back to our agents to market themselves as they see fit, as long as it's compliant, ethical, above board, and to a certain standard and quality.
Yeah, so I think what we've given everyone today is a pretty good overview. I'm mindful we're pushing 40 minutes, and that's probably enough. We do hold these twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. They will be recorded and on our YouTube channel. They're live streamed on Facebook. I know we've got watchers there at the moment. If you've been sent to watch one of these videos by one of our existing agents, please go back to that agent, thank them, find out any more information you need to through them. If you'd like to reach out to any of our corporate staff for any information, please do. 1300 numbers are available. You'll be able to find myself and Chris on the socials or wherever you can find us. We're happy to take your call, answer your message, answer a question, anything like that. There's quite a bit more that we'd like to go through, and we do cover different things in different sessions. Not going to talk about revenue share and iconing today. We've probably gone for long enough, but there's lots of other layers to eXp which are all about being agent-centric and that everything we can do to make your business the best it can be.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, folks. And any questions, just talk to any one of our members and agents. You'll hear it best from them. Thanks, Tony. See you on the next session, mate. Cheers.
Thanks, mate. See ya.